Hey guys, Aaron with DP Deconstruct. Today I want to go over my top 3 things to raise your production value on natural light only shoots or shoots outside. Let's get started. Okay guys, last weekend Matt and I were building a blind. His wife and him would build it, and then I was filming the camera trying to get content of them putting this blind together, and I wasn't in a position with the blind being built to be able to bring in lights or diffuse or reflect or to add shadow. I just had to get what they were doing, and I just had to follow them, kind of a run and gun setup. And Matt and I, we looked at the footage, we looked at the video after the fact, and we're like, we should do a video talking about how people can get better footage while they're on a natural light only shoot. So that's what we're doing today. I want to give you guys my top 3 tips. And the first one is going to be make sure that you have all the tools that you need to be able to handle or control your exposure depending on what the light's doing outside. What does that mean? You can either have a variable or a fixed ND filter that's going to go either in front or behind your lens, but you want to make sure that you have a variety or the coverage from 2 stops to 9 stops of ND, depending on what that sun is doing, if it's going behind the clouds, if it's coming out, giving you harsh light or whatever. You want to be able to control that. Now, whatever one you're more comfortable with, whatever one's on your camera, run that. So we know we have the tools to be able to control our exposure. What are we trying to pay attention to, and what are we monitoring to make sure that this piece of the footage is exposed correctly? It's going to be a lot easier to get the look that you want in post, whether you're color grading or even a Rec 709 color space transform, if you have your skin exposed correctly. Now, the second half of this tip is that if your equipment allows and you have a camera that has enough dynamic range to be able to have your skin exposed correctly while retaining the information and the highlights, that's optimal. If you can pay attention to both, that's the goal. That's what you really want to be able to do. If your camera doesn't, that doesn't mean all gloom and doom. One thing you can do is bring in a reflector to bounce a little bit of light onto your subject to help bring their exposure up so you can pull your global exposure down, retaining some of those highlights. Guys, for my final tip, Matt and I see this all the time, whether it's on Reels, whether it's on videos that we see on YouTube or whatever. Make sure you're shooting shadow side. You don't want to ever shoot on the flat side. And how do you know the difference? If you're shooting with the sun behind you, that's shooting flat side. If you're shooting shadow side, the sun's either going to be 90 degrees to your side, either way, to being in front of you. That's shadow side, and that's what you're going for. It's going to add dynamics. It's going to add depth to the scene. You're going to be able to induce emotion, which are really what you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to build into a scene whenever you're building that shot list out, or you're building that run and gun. Always make sure you're shadow side. Always make sure that the sun is not behind you when you're shooting on a run and gun setup. That's the last tip I had for you guys. I hope this helps you. If you want to know more or go with us and go more in depth on what we do when we're on a shoot or what we do when we're building out a scene, check out our podcast. The link is in the description. Thanks you guys for watching.